Welcome to all our new listeners and welcome back for the rest of you to learn English with Student Studio. I'm Emma.
And I'm Tom. It's great to have you all here with us today.
Absolutely. Today, we've got a really fun and useful episode planned for you, especially if you're looking to sound more like a native English speaker.
That's right. We're going to dive into some common English idioms. You know, those phrases that don't always mean what they literally say?
Exactly. Idioms can sometimes be a bit tricky for English learners, but understanding and using them correctly is a huge step towards sounding more fluent and natural.
Yeah, they add so much color and a kind of natural flow to your conversations. When you can use idioms, it really shows that you're getting a deeper grasp of the language.
So, we'll be breaking down a few popular idioms, explaining what they mean, and giving you clear examples of how to use them in everyday situations.
Our goal is to make these idioms feel less scary and more, well, useful. We want you to feel confident using them in your own conversations.
'Cause truly, mastering English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's also about those little phrases and expressions that native speakers use all the time.
Think of it as adding a special ingredient to your English. It just makes everything taste better, if you will.
So grab your notebooks or just relax and listen as we explore some fantastic idioms that will definitely help you sound more fluent. We're really excited about this one.
Are you ready, Emma? I think our listeners are ready.
I am so ready, Tom. Let's get started with our first idiom. Okay, so our very first idiom for today is a really common one, especially in the entertainment world, but you can use it in many situations. It's break a leg.
Break a leg. This one always makes people scratch their heads at first, doesn't it? Because, well, it sounds a bit painful.
It does, right? Like, why would you wish someone to break a leg? That's not good luck at all.
Exactly. But the actual meaning of break a leg is actually to wish someone good luck. It means good luck or do well.
Yes, that's right. It's often used before a performance like a play, a concert, or even a big presentation at work.
So, for example, if your friend is about to go on stage for a school play, you wouldn't say, "I hope you do well." You might say, "Hey, you've practiced so much, now go out there and break a leg."
That's a perfect example. Or imagine your sister has a really important job interview tomorrow. You could say, "Don't be nervous. Just relax and break a leg."
Yeah, it's a way to cheer someone on, you know? It's like saying, "Give it your best shot." Or, "I believe in you." It's quite informal but very common.
It is. And it's not just for big performances. You could use it before a big exam like, "Good luck with your math test tomorrow. Break a leg." Or even if someone is trying something new like, say, learning to cook a complicated dish. You could playfully tell them, "Have fun in the kitchen. Break a leg." It just means you hope they succeed. So it's not about physical harm at all. It's a way of saying, "May you have success." And it's one of those idioms that, when you hear it, you just know it means good things.
Yeah, it's a bit of a funny one, but really popular. So, next time someone you know is about to do something important or challenging, remember you can tell them to break a leg.
It's a great idiom to add to your vocabulary to make you sound more natural. And it's pretty memorable because the literal meaning is so different from the actual meaning.
Definitely. It's all about context, isn't it? You wouldn't use it if someone was actually going to, say, jump off a high diving board. It's for things where they need to perform or succeed.
Exactly. So practice that one. Think of a friend who has something big coming up and imagine telling them, "Break a leg." It's fun to use.
I agree. It's got a good vibe to it. Alright, so that's our first idiom down. Break a leg, meaning good luck.
Alright, that was a fun one. Break a leg. Now let's move on to our second idiom for today, which is very useful for all of you students out there, or really anyone who needs to study.
Oh, I think I know this one, Emma. Is it hit the books?
You got it, Tom. Hit the books. Now, just like break a leg, this doesn't mean you literally hit a book with your hand or anything.
No, definitely not. That would probably just break your book, right?
Exactly. So, when we say someone needs to hit the books, what we really mean is that they need to study very, very hard. It means to focus intensely on your studies.
So, it's like saying, I need to study a lot tonight, or I have to prepare really well for this exam. Instead, you can say, I need to hit the books.
That's right. It's often used when you have a lot of studying to do, or maybe you've been putting off studying and now it's crunch time.
For example, if you have a big history exam coming up next week, you might say, I really need to hit the books this weekend if I want to pass that test.
Or maybe your friend asks you to go out, but you have a big assignment due soon. You could say, I can't tonight, I really have to hit the books. My essay is due tomorrow.
Yeah, it implies a serious, focused effort. It's not just casual reading, but a period of concentrated study.
You'll hear this a lot from university students or during exam periods in schools. It's a very common phrase in academic settings.
So, Emma, what are some tips for someone who needs to hit the books effectively?
Good question, Tom. Well, first, finding a quiet place free from distractions is key. You want to make sure you can really focus without interruptions.
Yeah, turn off your phone, maybe find a library or a quiet room at home. That helps a lot.
Absolutely. And then it's helpful to set clear goals for your study session. Don't just sit down and open a book. Decide what topics you'll cover or what specific tasks you'll complete.
So, instead of, I'm going to hit the books for an hour, it's more like, I'm going to hit the books and finish chapters 3 and 4 of my textbook.
Precisely. Having a goal makes your hitting the books more productive. Also, taking short breaks can actually help you hit the books more effectively in the long run. Don't try to study for 6 hours straight without a break.
Right, like the Pomodoro technique, where you study for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. It keeps your brain fresh.
Exactly. And finally, make sure you have all your study materials ready before you start. Your notes, textbooks, pens, even a glass of water. Don't waste time looking for things once you've started.
That's great advice, Emma. So, hit the books means to study very hard, and you can make that hard work more effective with good planning and focus.
Definitely. So, next time you have an important exam or a big project coming up, you know what to do. Hit the books! It's a really useful idiom to express that dedication to learning.
And it makes you sound like a serious student, too. Someone who's really committed to their education.
Yes, it does. It's a great, natural way to talk about studying in English. Okay, so we've learned break a leg for good luck and hit the books for studying hard. What's next on our list, Emma? Alright, Tom, our next idiom is a really interesting one, and it's something we all have to do sometimes. It's bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet? That sounds a bit painful. Does it mean literally biting a bullet? Like from a gun?
Not at all, thankfully. And no, it has nothing to do with guns or actual biting. When we say someone needs to bite the bullet, we mean they have to face a difficult, maybe unpleasant situation with courage and determination. It means you have to endure something tough, even if you don't want to.
So it's about accepting a hard reality and just getting through it, even if it's uncomfortable.
Exactly. Think of a situation where you know something is going to be difficult or unpleasant, but you have no choice but to do it or to accept it. You just have to be strong and deal with it.
I see. Can you give us some examples? My mind is, trying to imagine this.
Of course. Let's say you have a really big project at work. It's not fun, it's boring, maybe it takes a lot of hours and you'd rather be doing something else. But you know you have to finish it. You could say, this project is really tough and I don't like it, but I just have to bite the bullet and get it done.
That makes sense. It's like, you don't want to do it, but you know it's necessary.
Precisely. Or imagine you have to go to the dentist for a painful procedure. Maybe you're really scared, but you know it's important for your health. You might tell yourself, okay, I'm scared, but I just need to bite the bullet and get this over with.
Oh, that's a perfect example. Nobody likes going to the dentist, especially for something painful. You just have to endure it.
Right. Another common situation could be related to money. Maybe you need to save money, and that means you have to cut down on things you enjoy, like going out or buying new clothes. You might say, things are tight financially, so I'm going to have to bite the bullet and cut back on my spending for a while.
So it's about making a tough choice or enduring a difficult period for a greater good, or because there's no other option.
You've got it, Tom. It's about being brave and facing something head-on, even if it's really unpleasant or challenging. It implies a sense of necessity and perseverance.
So, it's not about giving up or complaining, it's about pushing through.
Yes, absolutely. It shows strength and determination. For instance, if you're training for a marathon and the last few miles are incredibly hard, your legs hurt, you're tired, but you know you have to finish. You might just have to bite the bullet and keep running until you cross the finish line.
That really paints a clear picture. So, it's for those moments when things are just hard, and you have to be tough.
Exactly. It's a very common idiom, and people use it to describe situations from small everyday annoyances to much larger life challenges. It really means to push through discomfort or difficulty.
Wow, bite the bullet is a powerful one. Definitely useful for tough situations. So, what's our next idiom, Emma? I'm ready for it.
All right, Tom, prepare for a fun one. Our next idiom is spill the beans.
Spill the beans? Like, actually spilling some beans from a bag? That sounds like a kitchen accident.
Oh no, not literally spilling anything messy. When we say spill the beans, we mean to reveal a secret. It's a very informal way to say it, you know? Like you weren't supposed to tell something, but you did.
Ah, so it's about telling a secret, maybe by accident or on purpose. That's interesting. It's like the secret was hidden, like beans in a jar, and now they're all out.
Exactly. That's a great way to think about it. The secret is out in the open now.
Can you give us some examples? I can already imagine some scenarios, but I want to hear your examples.
Course. Let's say your friends are planning a surprise birthday party for someone, right? Everyone is trying to keep it a secret. But then one friend, totally by accident, says to the birthday person, "Are you excited for your party on Saturday?"
Oh no, that friend just revealed the secret.
Precisely. You could say, "Oh no, Sarah accidentally spilled the beans about the surprise party. She didn't mean to, but she said something she shouldn't have."
That's a perfect example. We've all been in a situation like that, either as the person who spilled the beans or the person whose surprise was ruined.
Absolutely. It happens. Or imagine two friends whispering about something exciting and another friend asks, "Come on, what's the secret?" Spill the beans. In this case, you're asking them to reveal the information.
So it can be accidental, or it can be a direct request to tell something.
That's right. It implies that there's information that was being kept quiet, but now it's out. Could be something exciting, something embarrassing, or just something that was supposed to be a secret.
I see. So if I found out some exciting news, like my friend got a new job, but she wanted to tell everyone herself, if I told someone else, I would be spilling the beans.
You got it. You would have spilled the beans on her big news. It's a casual phrase, often used in everyday conversation amongst friends or family.
So it wouldn't be something you'd use in, say, a formal business meeting.
Probably not, unless you're trying to be very informal or humorous. It's definitely more for relaxed, informal settings. It's a very common phrase, and people use it all the time.
So, if someone asks me to spill the beans, they want me to tell them the secret. And if I accidentally spill the beans, it means I told a secret without meaning to.
You've perfectly understood it, Tom. It's all about secrets coming out into the open, either on purpose or by mistake. It adds a bit of fun to the conversation, I think.
It certainly does. It's one of those idioms that's very visual, isn't it? You can almost see the beans or the secrets just pouring out.
That's a great way to remember it. And it's definitely an idiom that will make you sound more like a native speaker when you use it.
Wow, spill the beans is so descriptive. I can definitely see myself using that one. All right, Emma, what's next on our list of awesome idioms?
Glad you liked that one, Tom. For our next idiom, we're going to talk about on the same page.
On the same page? Like reading the same book, maybe? Or looking at the same document.
That's a good starting point for thinking about it, but it's not literal. When we say two or more people are on the same page, it means they are in agreement or they understand something in the same way. It means everyone has the same information and the same goal or understanding.
Oh, I see. So, it's about having a shared understanding, not just physically sharing a page. That makes a lot of sense. It's like, mentally, everyone is looking at the same information.
Exactly. Imagine you're in a meeting or you're working on a project with a group of people. If everyone understands the plan and agrees on what to do next, you can say, "We're all on the same page."
Okay, so it's really useful for teamwork or when you're planning something with others.
Absolutely. For instance, if you're planning a trip with friends and you need to decide on the dates and where to stay, you might say, "Before we book anything, let's make sure we're all on the same page about the budget."
That's a perfect example. You want to avoid surprises later, right? Everyone needs to agree on how much money to spend.
Precisely. Or, in a classroom setting, a teacher might ask, "Is everyone on the same page about this grammar rule before we move on?" They want to make sure all the students understand it clearly.
So it means understanding clearly and agreeing. Not just hearing the words, but really getting the meaning in the same way.
That's right. It's about alignment, understanding, and agreement. It's often used when you're trying to avoid misunderstandings or when you're trying to confirm that everyone has the same information.
So, if someone says, "Let's get on the same page," they mean, let's discuss this to make sure we both understand and agree.
Exactly. It's an invitation to clarify, to share information, and to reach a common understanding. Super common in professional settings, like in an office or a team meeting, but you can also use it with friends and family.
I can definitely see how that would be useful in, say, a business environment, making sure all team members are aligned on a project's goals.
Oh, definitely. Or even something simple like, "Are we on the same page about what time we're meeting for dinner?" It's just making sure there's no confusion.
It sounds like a very practical idiom that helps communication. It makes sure everyone is, aligned.
It really does. Prevents a lot of miscommunication, which is so important when you're working with others or just trying to coordinate plans. So, being on the same page means understanding each other and agreeing.
Got it. On the same page means agreement and shared understanding. Another great idiom to add to our vocabulary.
Perfect, Tom. You're definitely getting the hang of these. All right, we've covered quite a few useful idioms today, and we have one more for you. This one is super common, especially when we talk about shopping or expenses.
Oh, I like the sound of that. Money is always a popular topic, isn't it? What's the idiom?
It is. The last idiom for today is cost an arm and a leg.
Cost an arm and a leg? Wow, that sounds painful. What does that mean, Emma?
Well, it sounds extreme, right? But don't worry, it's not literal. When something costs an arm and a leg, it simply means it's extremely expensive. Costs a lot, a whole lot of money.
So it's just a way to say something is very, very pricey. Like, super expensive.
Exactly. It implies a very high price, almost as if you had to give up a part of yourself to pay for it, though that's just the feeling it gives. It's used for things that are beyond what most people would consider affordable.
Okay, I get it. So, can you give me some examples? What kind of things cost an arm and a leg?
Sure. Think about luxury items, for instance. A brand new high-end sports car, for example, would definitely cost an arm and a leg. Most people can only dream of owning one because they are so expensive.
That makes sense. Or maybe, like, a big house in a very popular city?
Absolutely, buying a house in a major city center can definitely cost an arm and a leg. Or even things like going on a very luxurious vacation, staying at a 5-star resort. That can also cost an arm and a leg.
So, it's not just about physical items, but experiences too, if they're very high-priced.
That's right. Or sometimes it can be something very practical but just very expensive. Maybe a very specialized medical procedure or a really high-quality education like going to a very famous university.
Yeah, I've heard that. Education can certainly be a big investment. So, if something costs an arm and a leg, what are the alternatives? Do you just not buy it, or are there other options?
Well, often if something costs an arm and a leg, people look for cheaper alternatives. For example, instead of buying that brand new sports car, you might consider a used car, which is often much more affordable.
Or instead of a luxury vacation, maybe a more budget-friendly trip or a staycation at home.
Precisely. Or for education, you might choose a less expensive university, or look for scholarships or financial aid to help with the costs. The idiom really highlights that the price is very high, making you think about other options.
So, it's a good way to express that something is, out of budget for most people without just saying it's expensive. It adds more impact.
It really does. It emphasizes the extreme cost. If you say, that new laptop cost me an arm and a leg, it tells the listener that you spent a lot, maybe even more than you expected, and it was a big investment for you.
I can definitely use this one. I hear people say it quite a bit in movies and TV shows too. It's very common.
It is. And it's very expressive. So, if something is incredibly pricey, you can say it costs an arm and a leg. Okay, Tom, we've gone through quite a few fantastic idioms today. I think our listeners have a lot to work with.
Yeah, we certainly have. It's been really interesting to see how common these phrases are and how much they add to, everyday English conversations.
Absolutely. So, just to quickly recap for everyone tuning in, we started off with break a leg, which means good luck, especially before a performance.
Right. And then we learned hit the books, which means to study very, very hard. Super useful for students.
Definitely. After that, we had bite the bullet, meaning to face a difficult situation with courage. That's a powerful one.
And then, my personal favorite, spill the beans, which means to reveal a secret. Try not to do that too often.
Haha, well, sometimes it happens. And then we talked about on the same page, meaning to be in agreement or to understand each other. Very important for teamwork, I think.
Yeah, that one's really practical. And finally, cost an arm and a leg, which means something is extremely expensive. Like, seriously pricey.
Perfect recap, Tom. So that's 6 common idioms we've covered today. Our goal for all of you listening is to not just understand these, but to start using them.
Yeah, practice makes perfect, really. Don't be afraid to try them out in your English conversations. Even if it feels a little strange at first, it will become natural over time.
Exactly. Start small. Maybe try using one new idiom a day or, try to spot them when you're watching English TV shows or listening to music. The more you hear them and use them, the more naturally they'll come to you.
And it really does make you sound more like a native speaker, doesn't it? Like, it adds that extra layer of fluency.
It absolutely does. Idioms are a huge part of sounding truly fluent, and they make your English sound so much more natural and expressive. So review them, look for them, and most importantly, use them. Well, that brings us to the end of another episode of Learn English with Student Studio.
Yeah, it sure does. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. We really hope you found today's idioms helpful.
Absolutely. Learning idioms is, such an important step in really mastering English, and we're so glad you spent this time with us.
And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, please do us a favor and subscribe to our podcast. That way, you won't miss any new episodes as we release them.
Yes, please subscribe. And if you have a moment, a quick review on your podcast app would be, super helpful for us. It helps other learners find us too.
Totally. We love hearing your feedback, so don't hesitate to leave a comment or, tell us what you thought.
We're already planning some really exciting topics for future episodes, so definitely stay tuned. We'll be diving into more grammar tips, pronunciation guides, and even some cultural insights.
Yeah, a lot more great stuff coming your way to help you on your English learning journey. So, until next time,
Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep speaking English. Thanks again for listening to Learn English with Student Studio.
see you next time.